Is there?
Okay, we're on the record. Alexis Pond.
Your Honor,
Yes.
she's at North Broward. She's on the phone with pretrial release right now. If you want to, I'll let you know when she gets off the phone.
Okay.
Yeah, if you want to go to the next.
Sure. Dion Noel.
Main jail judge.
Mr. Noel,
Good
you're here today
afternoon.
for a violation of probation and for battery, dating violence. The court finds probable cause for the offense of battery, and the court is going to hold you no bond on the violation of probation on case number 12009331 CF10A. Any argument, defense?
Judge, we still have to set the bond in count one. Mr. Noel is a lifetime resident of South Florida. He works at Law and Wizard. He takes care of 2 children, age 3 and 1. He has strong family ties, no money in the bank or real estate. He's hoping that his family will ultimately bond him out. We'd ask the court to set a reasonable bond in this case. I don't see anything egregious in the facts.
State, what say you?
Your Honor, would just ask the court, obviously, to order no contact and set whatever bond you believe to be appropriate, knowing that he is on probation for a violent offense.
Based on the fact that the defendant is on community supervision for a violent offense and has allegedly committed a violent offense, the court is going to set bond in the amount of $10,000. Order no contact with the victim. In this case, Tamara Daniels. Order that you not engage in any criminal activity, that you not use, possess any illegal drugs, that not use, possess, purchase, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition, that you immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, or any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department, that you stay at least 500 feet away from Tamara Daniels' home, place of employment, or school, and not have any direct or indirect contact with her, either by writing, telephone, pager, email, fax, or through a third person. Do you understand the special conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. Jessica Nunez?
North Broward.
Good afternoon, Ms. Nunez. You're here today for the charge of petty theft.
Yes, ma'am.
Judge, may I briefly inquire as to the ties to her community?
Sure.
Okay. How long you been living in South Florida, Ms. Nunez?
My whole life, 25 years in the same house, sir.
Are you currently employed?
No, I get disability through my epilepsy.
Okay. What city do you live in?
Oakland Park.
And how long you been living there?
My whole life, same house for 25 years.
Okay. Do you have any money in the bank?
No.
Do you own property?
No.
Who's gonna help bond you out?
I chose to get arrested because I had to
Don't
get
talk
clean.
about your case. I'm just asking, do you have anybody to help bond you out?
No, because I chose to be here.
All right.
Nothing further, Judge.
The court finds probable cause for the charge of petty theft. Would you like me to, I'm gonna set bond in the amount of $100. Would you like me to order you into the substance abuse program at the jail?
No.
Well,
Yeah.
I have someone who's gonna bond me out. I'm just waiting to detox. So, waiting
okay.
7 days, 8 days.
This is magistrate
Yeah.
courthouse.
That's fine, it's up to you. Bond is set in the amount of $100. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
Your Honor, Pons is ready. Come on in, Pons.
Alexis Pond at Main Jail,
No, North Broward.
North Broward. Okay, Miss Pond, good afternoon. You're here today for the charge of domestic violence battery.
Yes.
Hold on. I do find probable cause for the charge of domestic violence. What are her priors, if any?
Just pulling that right now, Your Honor. No criminal record, Judge.
All right. I'm gonna set bond in the amount of $500. Can you afford to post that bond?
No.
Do you have a place to stay other than with the victim in this case?
Yes.
All right. I'm gonna order pretrial release upon verification of a stable address for Miss Pond. I'm gonna order that you not engage in any criminal activity, that you not use or possess any illegal drugs, that not use, possess, purchase, or carry a firearm, gun, weapon, or ammunition, that you immediately surrender any firearms, ammunition, or any concealed weapons permits to the nearest police department, that you not have any direct or indirect contact with Anthony Sierra in person, in writing, by telephone, pager, fax, email, or through a third person, and that you must stay at least 500 feet away from Anthony Sierra's home, place of employment, or school at all times. Do you understand those essential conditions?
Yes.
And would... Go ahead. Correct. All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
Don't hang up. You're gonna
Sharon Abel?
North Broward again.
Judge Brown.
Gonna stand on
Oh, yeah, you don't know. Okay, yeah.
Ms. Abel, you're here today for the charge of possession of cocaine, possession of a controlled substance, driving while your license is suspended. Give me a moment.
So we're good. And now Abel's right here too. The only one that has.
May I briefly ask her about her ties to the community?
May?
Miss Abel, what city do you currently reside? Where do you reside?
Pompano Beach.
And how long have you been living there?
3 years, 4 years.
Okay. Do you have family and friends down here?
Yes, my mother and my daughter.
Do you own any property?
No.
Do you have money in the bank?
No.
Do you rent or own your place?
My mother owns it.
Can you live with your mom?
Yes.
How much bond can they? Are they going to bond you out?
I'm not sure. We can't afford much. The medication was
No,
prescribed
don't
to me.
talk about the medication or the facts of the case. I just want to establish your ties to the community. How much could you afford?
Not much, really.
Judge-
Not,
Hold on one second. Judge, pending her priors, would the court consider a pretrial release with a rehab component? Maybe a park evaluation?
State, what say you? And can you tell me when the DUI was that she was driving on the suspension?
Your Honor, it allegedly occurred in August of last year. The DUI was declined. She was charged with leaving the scene of an accident that is currently pending now. Other priors out of Broward include uttering a forged instrument in 05, a DWS in 05, excuse me, out of Texas in 2005, possession of controlled substance. One moment, Judge.
I've heard enough. I'm gonna find probable cause to the charge of counts 1 through 6. I'm gonna postpone counts 1 through 5 in the amount of $1,000, bond in the amount of $100 on count 6. Do you have any kind of supervision or just nothing recently?
Just straight release on the leaving the scene case, Judge.
Okay. And what's the date of that again?
It occurred August 21st of last year.
I'll go ahead and allow her to do pretrial release upon verification of a stable address with special conditions that there's no alcohol, no intoxicants, that she be randomly breath tested and urine tested every 2 weeks at her expense, and that she make an appointment with BARC or another assessment within 24 hours of a release from custody, and that she follow through with any treatment recommendations made by BARC. And while she's pending the evaluation, she go to an AA meeting or NA meeting every day.
Does bond with pretrial, Judge?
That is ROR if she's accepted into pretrial release on those special conditions. Otherwise, bond as stated previously.
Okay, thank you.
Stay the same when we just read.
Right, so she would be pretrial release if she's not verified in the bond same place.
All right. Is that acceptable to you?
Yes.
All right. Good luck.
Yes. Thank you.
Delta Eston.
She
The Maine.
might still be on loan. Let me check to see.
Yes, they're still on loan. That one's still on loan.
Just has to be reset for tomorrow.
All right. We set that for tomorrow. Marco Colley.
Main jail.
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Colley, you're here today for 5 capiases that were issued on case number 15002229 TC40A and 15002226MM10A. Bond is in the amount of $50 on count 1, $2,000 on count 2, $1,500 on count 3, $500 on count 4, and $500 on count 5. Status is set for May 26th.
All right, good luck. Robert Murdoch.
Robert Murdoch.
President, the main judge, Mr. Murdoch would like to resolve his case if he can.
Mr. Murdoch, you're here today for a capias on a misdemeanor. Bond is set in the amount of $250 for the offense of, I don't have it. Does someone have it?
Obstructing, pedestrian obstructing traffic.
This is where.
It's a 2010 case, Judge.
No.
Okay. If someone can get me the PC, I'll review it.
Let's see if I can.
All right, have a seat. Alexander? Come on.
Alexander Kletz,
President, the main.
you're here today for the charge of driving while your license is suspended. I do find probable cause. What's this Bond is in the amount of $100. Can you afford to post that bond?
No account, Your Honor.
Do you have a local address that's stable?
Yes.
Judge, he's a 23-year resident of South Florida. He's been at the same address for the past 8 years. He works in catering. He does have strong family ties. No money in the bank, no real estate. And he's going to have to call his family to bond out.
Court will release him to pretrial release upon verification of address.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Your
All
Honor.
right, good luck.
Oh, he said he had family. Did he say he was, Dale, did he say he was homeless?
Yes.
Homeless?
No, he has family.
No, that's what I thought. Okay.
He told me he lives with his family.
Right, okay. I'm sure that that's what I heard as well.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Dennis Smith.
Judge, this is a misdemeanor ordinance case. We're waiting for all the parties to arrive.
Okay, I'll put that on. Recall? Is that Mr. Smith?
Okay,
Recall?
have a seat.
Have a seat.
Yes.
Ulysses Thompson.
Ulysses Thompson. Come on. Judge, he's president of the Maine. I was unable to interview him regarding his ties to the community. The court wants to inquire.
All right, hold
Yes,
on.
ma'am.
Hold on. Mr. Thompson, you're here today for the charge of disorderly conduct and trespassing in an occupied structure or conveyance. Give me a moment. All right, the court finds probable cause for disorderly conduct and trespassing after warning. What's his priors, if any?
Out of Broward, possession of cocaine, 2013.
Anything more recent?
Well, The thing is, Your Honor, he's had dated offenses, but he went to prison on them. So,
Okay.
14 years for escape in 1996 out of Martin County. Bat Leo out of Martin County, 5-year state prison. Strong arm robbery out of Broward County from the early 80s, 3-year state prison. A few other strong arm robberies where he got out of Broward where he got 4-year state prison. Burglary of a dwelling in the mid 80s with assault, 4.5 years.
All right, I've heard enough. All right, Mr. Thompson, I do find probable cause. I'm setting bond on counts 1 and 2 in the amount of $500 on each count. And can you afford a post bond?
Are you going to be able to post that bond?
No.
No, Judge.
No, ma'am.
Do you have a stable residence in Broward County?
Yes, ma'am. My mother,
Your mother?
306.
Were you
Yes,
staying
ma'am.
with her prior to this incident?
I was until about maybe 4 months ago.
Where were you within 4 months ago? Where were you living then?
But we had me and my cousin moved in, ma'am, and we got in a verbal competition.
All right, well, that's not. I'm hoping this isn't the cousin that's the.
Yes.
That's the subject of this fight that you got arrested for. So let's
fight.
not.
I didn't get in no fight, ma'am.
Okay.
We just had a verbal competition, me and this
Correct.
lady.
Let's not talk about the facts of the case, because that's one of the reasons that you're here for today
Well,
is that verbal
I
altercation.
can go back there. I can go back there and live, man.
All right, so let me ask you a question. If I let you go on pretrial release to live at your mother's house, in order you not to have
Yes,
any
ma'am.
contact with this female cousin that you were having the verbal altercation with, can you do that?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Court is going to order pretrial release upon verification of a stable residence. Order that you have no contact with. Who's this female cousin? What's her name?
Her name is Cheryl Sanford.
Cheryl Sanford?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, no contact with Cheryl Sanford during the time that you're pending this charge. All right, good luck to you.
Yes. Thank you.
Thank you, Judge. Down the middle, out the door.
Donta Clark.
North Broward Medical Reset.
All right. Do I sign that? Danny Warren.
Judge, that's a municipal ordinance case. We're just still waiting from the prosecutor and the CDPD.
Cameron Cook.
Same thing, Judge.
I'm sorry. There you go. All right. Same thing? Oh, okay. Robert Gaffney.
President of the Maine, Judge.
All right, Mr. Gaffney, you're here today for driving while your license is suspended. You also have a violation of probation on case number 12007500CF10A for not remaining from violating the law by getting discharged for driving while your license is suspended. The court finds probable cause for the charge of driving while your license is suspended. The court's going to revoke your probation or violate your probation and hold you no bond pending resolution of that pursuant to 948.06 subsection F. The court's going to set bond on the driving while license suspended in the amount of $100.
Thank you, Judge.
Good luck to you.
Daniel.
Daniel Adorno.
Judge, Mr. Adorno has advised that Jim Lewis is his attorney.
All right, Mr. Adorno, your attorney Jim Lewis isn't here at this time. Would you like me to put this on recall to try to see if he can come for this hearing? Or do you want to proceed?
No. I'll proceed.
Okay, you're here today for a violation of probation on case number 10-01-8323-CF10A.
Taquan.
Court's going to hold you no bond on that violation. This is from Judge Singal.
Thank you, Judge. Taquan. Wesley Armstrong. Wesley.
Taquan Wallace.
President of the Maine, Judge.
Mr. Wallace, you're here today for a violation of probation on case number 13012051 CF10A.
Jason, shoot.
Court's gonna hold you no bond.
Thank
This
you,
is from
Judge.
Judge Bober. Good luck. You'll see your judge on the 21st. Wesley Joseph Armstrong.
He bonded, Judge.
Okay. Court. James Martin.
North Broward.
North Broward, Your Honor.
Mr. Martin, you're here today for an out-of-state hold on two cases. 15-SNPBR-28, bond is set in the amount of $10,000. And 15-SNFTA-95, bond is set in the amount of $10,000. Good luck to you. Jason Cootie or Cood?
President of the Maine, Cood, Judge.
Cood, thank you. Mr. Cood, you're here today for several charges of possession of heroin, possession of drug paraphernalia. You also have a violation of probation or community control in case number 14008003CF10A. You have a capias on case number 15000908MM40A. Bond is set in the amount of $500 on that count, and another count of possession of drug paraphernalia. Hold on.
Here we go.
Yeah. I get all raw.
Oh, well, you can work with that, right? You work with that? Huh? What about this one?
Court finds probable cause for the charge of possession of heroin, possession of drug paraphernalia on counts 1, 2, and 5. Bond is set. Well, what's he on? Supervision, let me see.
Looks like he's on probation for felony petty theft and has a capias for theft out of Judge Levy Cohen's division.
Alright. Court's gonna hold you no bond on the violation of probation and set bond in the amount of $1,000 for the charge of possession of heroin. Set bond in the amount of $500 on the drug paraphernalia, and set bond in the amount of $500 on the drug paraphernalia in count 5. Good luck to you.
Good luck.
You'll see your judge on the 26th. What's the other judge? There's two dates here. Is the
Judge
employee?
Porter's got the VOP in front of him, and
Oh.
Judge Levy Cohen. Actually, yeah, Judge Levy Cohen.
Right, so you have court on the 22nd and the 26th. Akil Smith?
He's president of the Maine Decline PD.
All right, Mr. Smith, you have the right to remain silent, so anything you say in this courtroom can and will be used against you at this hearing and any future hearings. Do you understand?
Yes.
At this time, you do not wish the Public Defender's Office to represent you at this first hearing?
Yes.
Do you wish to hire an attorney to represent you at this first hearing?
Yes.
Do you want me to proceed with this hearing at this time, or would you like me to reset you for tomorrow to give you an opportunity to have an attorney present to represent you?
Yeah, you can reset me.
All right, any objection, State?
I have no objection, Your Honor.
All right, reset his first hearing till tomorrow morning. Please,
It goes on now.
do you have a way to get a hold of of an attorney?
No, not really.
No, I'll wait till you.
Is there someone in particular that you are looking to hire?
No.
Okay. Are you going to call family members or in any way?
Yes.
Okay. I'm
gonna
going to
call
reset you for
family.
tomorrow morning then, so that you have an opportunity to hire an attorney.
Your Honor, I believe the procedure rule allows for a 24-hour, so I just asked if we could reset for tomorrow afternoon.
Okay, I'll
Judge.
reset you for tomorrow afternoon, so that you have an opportunity to contact
Judge.
the attorney of your choice.
Judge, can I have a moment? Pretrial just advised me that they are trying to get in touch with the family
Okay.
right now. Can we put him on recall just for a minute?
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks a lot.
Have a seat.
Let's have a seat.
Except that he doesn't
Anywhere.
want you as his lawyer, so.
There's a moment, man. Speak to the judge himself.
I don't mind helping out wherever I can, Judge.
Okay. Denton
what do you need?
Spencer?
He's present at the main. He also declined the PD, Judge.
All right, Mr. Spencer, let me advise you that you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say is being recorded and can and will be used against you at this hearing and any future hearing. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. At this time, you do not wish to be represented by the Office of the Public Defender?
No, ma'am.
Do you wish to represent yourself, or do you want me to reset this hearing so that you have an opportunity to contact an attorney of your choice?
Reset.
Okay, I'll set you for tomorrow afternoon. Good luck to you.
Outside and have a seat. Straight up the middle. Outside and have a seat.
Zacharias Bickle?
Medical reset.
All right, reset it for tomorrow. Wesley Anderson?
Your Honor,
Judge?
this is Conti. He's in AM Court, 5900, courtroom 5900.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Judge, I spoke with Mr.
He's
Melnick.
out the court
who
today,
represents
courtroom
Mr.
5900.
Oh, thank you. Okay.
I spoke with Mr. Melnick, who represents Mr. Anderson. He said he was arraigned. Mr. Anderson was arraigned today, and he asked the court to just delete it from the docket if possible.
On this charge?
It was, Your Honor, this is an ad
It was
charge.
arraigned
Oh,
this
it was
morning.
an ad charge. Okay. All right. Did someone to make it? I guess he was arraigned, so I don't need to.
No, Your Honor, I mean, you can find PC technically, but I don't think anything needs to be done on it since he was arraigned on the charge this morning.
What
One
about
moment,
the bond,
please.
The ad bond.
I would just leave it. It'd be. What's that? Can I see that last case again, please?
All right, I'll put that on recall while we verify that he in fact was arraigned on this charge.
It's according to docket track, he was at arraignment this morning.
Judge,
I'm
we have
sorry,
another case.
Well, because this is a count 8. So the case number may have been on, but they may not have addressed count 8. We'll see. Okay.
Is that Lauren?
What's that? Yeah.
It was. Okay. Then I just. All right. Then I guess.
Okay.
That's it.
Judge? Akil Smith
Judge.
on page 10.
Okay.
Pretrial spoke with his mother, and they asked if he could go forward, get a bond, and they will hire him an attorney after they bond him out. So,
Mr. Smith, come on up. Mr. Smith, did you hear what the public defender in the courtroom said?
Yes, ma'am.
At this time, do you want me to proceed with this hearing without the representation of the public defender, or would you like to use his services for today until your family can hire you an attorney?
I'd like you to proceed, ma'am.
With him?
Yes.
Okay, come back up. All right, give me a moment.
Aggravated assault with firearm. He doesn't know what he wants. Exactly. So he heard them say to set him, so he could kick it back to what anyone we said. So they reset it. So he can be here tomorrow trying to figure out what's going on. What's that?
All right, any argument regarding probable cause defense?
Can't do nothing with that.
Your Honor, I have reviewed the probable cause affidavit. I cannot find any arguments in there.
All right, the court finds probable cause for the charge of aggravated assault with a firearm. What are his priors, if any?
Your Honor, he has no record. Based on the level of violence alleged in this case, Your Honor, I'm going to be requesting a $10,000 bond with the pretrial GPS.
How old are you?
One moment, Judge. I'm going over that. I'll just do it I'll do it live. You're 19 years old and you're going to Broward College. What are you studying?
Business.
Okay, when's the last time you were in class?
I don't know. I started. Yeah, I'm supposed to start in college. I mean, summer semester.
In summer. Have you graduated from high school?
Yes.
Okay, are you working?
No, right now I got laid off.
Okay, where did you work? Okay, and who you live with?
My grandma.
How long have you lived there?
Forever.
How long have you been in South Florida?
19 years.
Okay. Do you have any money in the bank? How much?
I have about 50 in my savings and like 50 in my checking.
So about $100?
Yeah, and I have $200 that the cops have in evidence.
Okay. And your parents are going to bond you out after the judge sets the bond?
Yes.
Can you think of anything that's going to keep you from coming to court when you're supposed to be here? Okay. As far as you know, have you ever missed a court date?
No.
Okay. Have you ever been arrested for anything like this before?
No.
Okay, Judge. Your Honor, based on the size of communities and lack of a prior record, I would ask the court to set a minimal bond in this case. We have no objection to pretrial release and or a curfew if the court so desires.
Due to the nature of the offense, the seriousness of the offense, and the threat of violence that was posed in this, the court is going to set bond in the amount of $25,000.
And Your Honor, as far as state's request for a GPS monitor,
Bond will also be, should he post bond, the court is going to dispose an additional provision that he be placed on pretrial release with a GPS monitor. It's going to order that he not have any contact with the alleged victims in this case.
Judge, we'll ask the court to reconsider. This man's never had a violent charge before.
Give me one that I can just look at so I can
and do you want, if you're going to go that route, there's
Judge.
2 listed people, so you want 2 forms or you want more?
Hold on a second. I'm sorry, what is it?
We're moving for reconsideration, Judge. This man's never had a violent charge before, never missed a court date before. There's no reason to put him on a GPS at all. And $25,000 is an onerous amount to place on a first offense. Nobody was hurt in this. There was allegedly threats made, and that's it. No one was hurt. No shots were fired.
According to the probable cause affidavit, the defendant in this particular case threatened the victims with a firearm. The defendant produced a black firearm which he held by the waist after a verbal argument with the victim, raised the firearm towards the victim's chest and pointed it at both victims.
I understand it. I read the probable cause affidavit, Your Honor. I'm just saying nobody was hurt during this incident. No shots were fired. There may very well, it may shake out that there's a good reason for him to have done what he's alleged to have done. But the point is, nobody got hurt. No shots were fired. This man's never had a violent charge before. Never missed a court date. The GPS is absolutely unnecessary in this case. He's not a flight risk. All of his family lives down here. Judge, I'd ask the court to reconsider the amount of the bond and to remove the unnecessary requirement of the GPS.
The court believes that the GPS and the nature of the bond are necessary to ensure the protection of the community based on these serious allegations in this. He can go to school, should he register for school, but he's not in school now and he hasn't been in school for quite some time. So I don't think he'd be going to school, and he doesn't have a job, so I don't know what work he's going to go to. So at this point, he's just going to be home, I guess, if he bonds out.
Well, I mean, who knows?
Wants to register for school, I have no
job, it's
objection.
fine. We'll leave it at level 2, but from what we're being told, there's really nothing that he's going to schedule with you guys that would have him going anywhere. So.
Right. At this point, he doesn't have a job, and he's not registered for school. So unless he registered for school, he would be allowed to do that.
And Your Honor,
Your Honor, he is registered for school. He's just not registered for classes yet.
That's fine. He can go to school if he's going to go to school. But the court's going to order that he have no weapons, no firearms, and if he does own any weapons or firearms or a concealed weapons permit, that he surrender them to the local law enforcement agency and file a receipt for such. And he can go to school. He can go to church, and if he has a job, he can go to work.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge, we have a matter that was rolled over from the morning docket before Judge Pratt. His name is Eric Helton. He was inappropriate for court. I do have the case numbers there, 15-1031 MM20A, 15-822 MM20A. They're cases out of Judge Fry's division. The issue in the morning was he informed me that he was in a mental health facility at the time the capias was issued. He gave me his mom's number, so I made a phone call. It wasn't the correct number. However, I did talk to Marge and Judge Hurley's judicial assistant, and she was able to get this matter before Judge Lerner Wren on her Thursday morning docket. I'm just asking the court to formally transfer those cases to Judge Lerner Loren's mental
I'll
health
transfer
division.
these cases to Jaren for mental health court. Thank you.
Paz, do you know what's
So I
the
guess need a
attorney
short
from your
order for
office
that?
on that murder case?
All right, well,
Yeah,
I'm
she
not
came
going to
back.
make any arguments.
No, I know. I just didn't know if she's coming back down.
She's not the homicide
that-
attorney.
We had another case, murder case reset from this morning, but I know. But we're finding out. I guess there was another assistant public defender that was here this morning, and we.
Judge,
I don't know if she was going to come.
Lauren Dwyer from our office represented, I forgot his name.
It's Brian Dalen.
Brian Dale. She represented him on an aggravated battery deadly weapon. She was present here this morning, but the matter was reset. Why was it reset?
why was it reset?
He was in the. They were in the
Because-
process of
Okay,
transporting him.
He's currently at the main jail right now.
Okay.
The case was up filed from an aggravated battery
13 at
deadly
this
weapon
morning.
to a murder.
If you like, I could do that.
What? A murder?
I'll get an extra copy if you have one.
Uh-huh. No.
Was that?
Wait, I thought you said that DUI didn't exist.
Didn't. Who was that on? We declined the DUI.
Okay, that's why. Yes, so continue. Thank you. All right, give me a moment to read. Is this Mr. Dalen?
Yeah,
In the
I believe so.
okay.
Just ask if he wants Ms. Dwyer present, just I could call her. Sir, do you want your attorney to be present, Ms. Lauren Dwyer? Or do you want us to?
Say that again, please. I was
Does he
talking.
want Lauren to be here? Or does he want us to proceed?
He's gonna wait, Judge.
Okay.
I'm gonna give her a call right now. While we're,
I'll put
or
that to
she
the
may be
bottom
on
of the
her
list.
way.
All right, how about Lyle Chatham? Is he there?
What is this?
All right, what was this reset for?
I think the only stuff we have is the second docket and the MOs, I think. Is that right?
Right, but he stepped in this morning because he's at home.
No, I understand. I'm just saying we don't have the people here to do them, so.
All right, so can you guys not print the PCs on these MOs so maybe we can resolve them?
We should have all of them,
Okay.
but I guess the issue was they have Judge Hurley. Oh, stand on record. Judge Hurley's GA has been contacting the city prosecutors and I guess special public defenders on those to come to court.
Who's
I
the
mean, no,
special public defender?
Depends on which city. For Fort Lauderdale, it's Franz McLaurin's, and yeah, thank you.
All right, so do we know what city these cases are originating from?
I'd have to see them in front of me. If you'd like, Your Honor, I could contact Judge Hurley's GA to see if she had any direct contact with them.
All right, Pompano's a different attorney. So, doing the Pompano Beach attorney, do we know who that would be? Because I don't think it's Shayton and I don't think it's Franz. All right. Mr. Chatham, you're here today for 2 misdemeanors for consumption of an alcoholic beverage. Do you want to talk to a lawyer regarding that case, or do you want to waive your right to a lawyer, see if I can resolve it today?
I'd like to plead guilty right now.
All right, give me a police
I'm
report.
gonna go in Odyssey and
Mr.
see if I
Chatham.
can.
I'll
get
put that
them.
on recall, see if we can't take care of that today, okay?
Okay.
Don't talk to me, talk to her. I don't represent you. I told you already.
Initial here.
Oh, I'm sorry.
I just need the PC so I can take a plea.
Didn't I already ask you? Yeah. Didn't I already say that you're here on a second look, the judge is gonna look at the bond?
Here, here, and here.
Raise the warrant or prior resolve, right? Didn't I tell you that already? And you haven't posted it for some reason.
Right on the other one, we'll have to wait. I'm Bradley Kelly. I'll need the lawyer to come.
I have
And the
paperwork
prosecutor.
on Chatham for you.
Okay, great,
I'm just gonna-
Carl, what county?
because there's a victim on that case. Maybe. Oh, sorry. Do you have another one then, I guess?
Prior felony. Interested before? That's what prior.
She told me she was gonna call me back up.
Because it's an MO case.
I didn't mean to sound.
Okay, that's all right.
What are the boys?
I'm speaking. Look, yeah, I ain't mean.
I believe
You have
it.
children?
Everybody tell me.
Take medication?
Yeah.
Mental
Are you deaf?
problems?
A little bit deaf?
What kind of mental problems do you have?
That's what?
They were shooting by me on New Year's.
All right, Mr. Chatham, raise your right hand.
Yes,
Do you
ma'am.
swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Put your hand down, tell
Yes.
me your name.
Lyle Dwayne Chatham,
How old are you?
You were arrested?
54.
How far did you go in school?
Okay, have a
2 years college.
Do you read and understand the English language? He has two cases. I need to-
Yes,
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes, I do.
Are
let
you
me
presently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
no,
Have you ever been treated for mental illness?
yes,
Are you supposed to be under the treatment of a doctor, psychiatrist, or on medication for your mental illness?
no,
Do you feel that you're in the right state of mind to make a decision regarding your case today?
yes, I do.
You're here today for one of your cases for unlawfully at 1 South Riverside Drive, Atlantic Boulevard in Pompano. You did consume or possess an open container containing an alcoholic beverage upon an unlicensed public premise, including streets, public beaches, or other public or quasi places within the city of Pompano Beach.
Yes,
Do you understand that charge?
yes, I do.
Do you wish to resolve that charge today?
Yes,
Do you understand that by pleading no contest or guilty to that charge, you're giving up your right to have a trial, to make the city prove that you're guilty beyond and to the exclusion of a reasonable doubt, to have an attorney represent you at that trial, to confront witnesses against you presented by the city, to present witnesses in court in your defense if there are any, to testify in your own defense, or to remain silent, because you have the right to remain silent. No one can make you incriminate yourself. Do you understand those rights?
I sure do.
And do you wish to give up those rights and take care of your case today?
Yes, ma'am, yes, yes.
Do you understand that if you cannot afford to hire a lawyer to represent you, the court will give you one? Do you understand?
No, yes, I do, but
Do you
I'll plead guilty right now.
Okay, you wish to give up your right to have a lawyer give you advice at this time?
Yes,
All right. Do you? I must advise you, if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea will subject you to deportation. Do you understand?
yes, I do.
Knowing that, do you still want to take care of your case today?
Yes,
Do you plead no contest?
no contest.
The court accepts your plea of no contest. I do find that there's a factual basis to support the plea based on my review of the probable cause affidavit indicating that you were on a public place in possession of a 12-ounce can of natural ice.
Yes, I was.
And the other case that you're here for today is from March 15th at 1 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach at the Valero gas station, and that you were also in possession of an alcoholic beverage on a public property, natural ice beer. Do you understand that charge?
Yes, I do.
And do you wish to resolve that case as well to
I-
the plea of no contest?
Yes, yes, Your Honor,
The court
today.
accepts your plea of no contest on that charge as well. I do find that there is a factual basis to support this plea based on the fact that you were in possession of a naturalized beer on public property at 1 North Federal Highway in Pompano Beach on March 15th. I find that you freely, voluntarily, and intelligently waived your rights. That you not only entered this plea without the advice of an attorney, but you not only intelligently and voluntarily waived your right to an attorney. Do you understand the charges that
Yes.
you have and the consequences
Yes,
of this
ma'am.
plea? And the court adjudicates you on both charges, imposes court costing the amount of, what's court costing the city? $78 on each case. Can you afford to pay the $78 on each case?
Yes, I can afford it.
How much time do you need?
Uh, the first of the month.
All right, I'll give you
June.
60 days on each case, just an abundance of caution, since there's two
Okay,
cases.
yeah, I can pay it.
And you have
Yeah,
30
I can pay
days
it.
to appeal, and you have 30 days to appeal. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
You have a wonderful afternoon.
Thank you. All right, anybody else that we can do?
I think we can proceed on Brian Daly.
Hey, we back up.
Council's here now.
Can I walk up, or what do I do?
Oh, here we go.
Come on up, okay?
Good afternoon.
Brian.
Good afternoon, Judge Lauren
Come
Dwyer
on.
from the Law Office of the Public Defender on behalf of
Brian.
Mr. Dalen.
Okay, we're here today for a reset from this morning because I guess he has been additionally charged. Murder while engaged in certain felony offense. Have you had a chance to read?
Yes, Your Honor.
Any argument as to probable cause at this time?
Not at this time, Your Honor.
The court finds probable cause to the charge of murder not premeditated pursuant to 782.04-182.
Your Honor. Your Honor, the state is actually going to seek the foreclosed bond, have Mr. Dalen held no bond. In order to do that, the court must find that there is proof evident or presumption great at this time. If Your Honor wants to hear argument, if Your Honor wants to just rule on
I'd
the
like to hear
reports.
some argument on why you feel he should be held no bond.
Okay, well, Your Honor, I believe that there is proof evident, presumption great. In addition to the PC here, I have the initial reports on the aggravated battery that I believe Mr. Dwyer was given in discovery already, so she's familiar with them. Your Honor, in addition to a witness identifying Mr. Dalen as the person that attacked the alleged victim with a portion of a bus bench and then punching him approximately 30 times, Mr. Dalen also admitted to committing that offense. So I believe, and lastly, Your Honor, it is noted in the report that the alleged victim did succumb to his injuries. The medical examiner's office determined that the cause of death was blunt impact head trauma. Your Honor, it would just seem that based on his admission, the witness testimony, or the witness identification and testimony in the reports, with the cause of death, that there is proof evident or presumption great for murder.
Any response, defense?
Your Honor, at this time, I would just note any objection to holding the defendant without bond, and I would invoke his right to remain silent.
Right. The court does find that the defendant, on this particular case, the proof of guilt is evident, and the presumption is great based on the confession and statements of the defendant, the report of the medical examiners that the injuries are the cause for the death, and as a result, the court is going to hold Mr. Dalen no bond. The court does find that the nature and circumstances of the offense, the penalty, and the weight of the evidence against him justify such a reasoning for no bond.
And yes, Your Honor, I would just note my objection at this time.
Noted.
Thank you, Judge.
Judge,
Yes.
at this time, the public defenders would ask the court to exercise discretion under Preston and grant Mr. Daly a bond, please.
Based on the viciousness of
The
the
precedent.
attack and the weight of the evidence against the defendant, the court does not feel that it is an appropriate use of discretion at this time.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I don't know if you want to maybe go to a second look on the other cases.
Yeah,
and then-
that's whatever we can do.
If you want to go to the two felony cases, they're both motions to release. Neither's been filed. Sorry.
Which
So-
one is it? What's the name?
Brewington and Wade.
Oh, I don't have
sorry.
any. Oh, okay.
that makes it easier.
Okay, so what am I determining on Mr. Brunington?
Your Honor, I can tell you in both, these are both motions to release to see if the state has filed an information. The state has not filed an information in both cases, so both Mr. Brewington and Wade are entitled to release. I don't know if you want to call them just to let them know they're going to be ROR'd.
Okay, so the court's going to order Mr. Brewington and Mr. Wade released on their own
Wade,
recognizances,
right.
and their attorneys are Jeremy Mishali and Nicole Divinet. If people
This,
could...
Your Honor, there's, I believe one of them, I don't know
Oh, there
who
we go.
this-
What's your name, sir?
My name is Gene Wade, ma'am.
Mr. Wade.
Burlington's up.
All right.
Mr.
And
Wade.
Burlington's here too at North Broward at the same time.
Okay. Mr. Wade, I'm going to release you on your own recognizance so that because the state has not filed charges against you. However, what is the address that we have for him?
Sure, do you have? I can tell you right. I just need
I want to
one
make sure
moment.
that if they do file charges, we have the correct address for you.
Appreciate that, Judge. Here, I'm gonna. For Mr. Brewington, the address is.
Right now, my address is 2136.
All right, hold on. Let me go back to You're Mr. Brewington?
Yes, ma'am.
No, Mr. Wade.
I'm sorry, Wade. Then.
All right, which one are you? In green,
Me?
over at North Broward. Yeah.
I'm
Burlington.
Burlington, ma'am.
Okay, Mr. Brewington, what's his address?
The address I have is
Oh, okay.
3621 Northwest First Court. in
On the
London.
screen.
Is that your address?
Yes, it is, ma'am.
3621 Northwest
First court.
First Court. All right, if you
Yes,
change your
ma'am.
address, make sure you update it with the courts and with the post office. Do you understand?
Yes, I do, ma'am.
Okay,
And-
you're released.
And for Wade,
Thank you.
On main jail, Mr. Wade.
I have 1698 Blunt Road in Pompano.
1698 Blunt Road in Pompano, is that your address?
No,
Okay, what is your current address?
mine is 2600 Martin Luther King Boulevard, Unit 15, Pompano Beach, Florida,
All right.
33069.
Okay, that's where
I
you're going to
update-
get notice of any future court
Right,
date. If you change your address, make sure you let the court know.
I already updated with the clerk of court.
All right,
With the public defender came and saw me in the jail,
perfect.
and I updated with the public court.
Good luck. You're released.
All right.
They'll take you when they're ready for you.
Misdemeanor second look, Judge.
Okay, would
They're
that
ready
be
for
Carlos
you.
Gonzalez?
That would be one, yes, Judge.
Carlos, come here. North Broward.
All right, what am I reviewing?
Right there.
I gotta take a look at the
Judge, this case was transferred to Judge Lerner Wren.
Oh, okay.
This was, it was up a day ago.
It's already seen her?
There
Not
may
yet,
be
Your
an
Honor.
issue with regards to his competency.
What happens sometimes is
What,
transfer
a
cases Judge
$100
Lerner
bond?
Wren, but pretrial release.
$100 bond?
Let them talk,
will
Mr.
set him for a
Carlos.
second look per administrative order, and there's a disconnect between what was done and. So we would just, Your Honor, we would just ask that it go on to Judge Lerner Wren.
All right, can we put him in front of Judge Lerner as soon as possible, please? Thank you.
$100 bond?
Mr. Gonzalez, do you speak English?
Yeah, with a $100 bond, yes, I do, of course.
Okay, we're going to set you in front of your judge as soon as possible, all right?
With a $100 bond?
You still have a bond, yes. What's his bond? 100?
$100.
$100. Okay.
What judge, downtown?
You were,
Yes, you're gonna go
downtown.
downtown, Mr. Carlos.
Okay?
Okay.
Good luck.
Thank you, Your Honor.
No problem. Brian Phoenix.
Now,
Conti, Your Honor.
Your Honor,
Conti.
you actually heard Mr. Phoenix's first appearance this weekend.
What did I reset it for?
You didn't reset it. It's a second look, but I already see that you ordered that he would be released to pretrial release pending verification. So,
All right, I tried to get you on pretrial release, but they haven't been able to verify any address for you.
Could I give you an address and a phone number now?
Is that the same one you gave pretrial release or a different one?
They never asked me. They've never approached me and asked for an address, phone number, anything. Since the last time I seen you.
Well, sure. What's your name, sir?
Brian Phoenix.
Trespass in a structure, conveyance, and that's a state case. All right. What was the bond that I said? Is 100 or 500?
kept it at 100 and,
I inquire if he wants this case, based on this.
I didn't inquire because there was no victim contact and it was a private property.
Okay.
All right, what, Mr. Phoenix, what's the address or phone number?
875 Northeast 48th Street, Pompano Beach, Florida, 33064. Number 272.
Is that a house or apartment?
It's a trailer.
Trailer? Okay.
Yes.
And what's the phone number?
954-415-9403.
Whose number is that? Who does that belong to?
That's my father's phone number. That's who lives there. I live there.
940, the father's number. Okay, what's your father's name?
Norm Phoenix.
All right, Norm Phoenix. All right, we'll see if we can't get a hold of him, all right?
Okay. Thank you.
All right, where's Mr. Moreau?
You will. You gotta get out and get high.
All right, Mr. Moreau, is that you?
Moreau. Yeah. Judge, Mr. Moreau, you're on a second look.
Is that him right there? At
Yes,
Conti?
ma'am. No, ma'am. He's in the main jail.
Thank you. Hold on. All right, Mr.
Here on
Moreau,
a
the
second.
address that you gave pre-trial release is vacant. So do you have another address or another?
What address was that?
Can we give me the address again that you gave?
2801 Northwest 60th Avenue, apartment 552, Sunrise, Florida 33313.
Is that the address you had? Hold on, we're checking.
What was the address?
2801 Northwest 60th Ave?
Yeah.
Apartment 552?
Yeah. I just want to get it resolved because my mom, I have a restraining order on my mom. She put a restraining order on me, so I can't even go there. I just want to get it resolved if it's possible.
Did you hear that, Judge?
I've been here since Friday.
What's the charge? Trespassing?
No, public
All right,
intoxication.
yeah, that address is vacant. All right, this is a city case. Not a city
Is it?
case. This is a state case.
You want to go ahead and resolve it, Judge?
Where do you normally stay, Mr. Moreau?
I'm pretty much like my cousin's house here, and then my sister's house, like pretty much house to house really right now.
We used to call that couch surfing.
All right, so you can't live with your mom if you have a restraining order against her, so there's no point in giving us that address because you wouldn't be
Yeah.
able to go there anyway. So I guess you're going to have to go see your judge. What was the bond that I said? $25. Mr. How about this? Do we know who? Do we have it assigned to a judge? Can I give him a notice to appear in court on a certain day?
It's definitely been assigned to a judge. As far as an NTA to a particular date, I don't know.
Yes,
Judge?
but then I'll lose him because I don't have an address to give him to where to be served. So if you can give me a date.
It's assigned to Judge Robinson.
Can someone call and see what date I can give him for an arraignment, maybe? Because I'll release him ROR as long as I can notice him for what day to come back to court.
Yeah, I go to my mom's house to pick up my mail all the time.
Judge, do you want to do it for a status, though, just in
For
case
a
he
status,
doesn't file
yeah.
it? Okay.
I just don't want to lose him because we have no
understand.
place to notice him.
Yeah, no, I understand.
Judge Levine?
Yes.
This, I don't know if anybody's told you, but this is the kind of case that can be resolved in bond court. He's been in custody since Friday on a disorderly intoxication. It's just one of those low-level misdemeanors that sometimes get resolved in bond court. And Mr. Monroe is anxious to plead if the court is so inclined.
I think Mr. Moreau needs a little bit more help than a time served.
What's that? That's what they're finding out. I mean, I know her schedule allowed, like, because when she was here on Friday, she was like, I'll take him if it's my case, I'll take him. So we should be able to get in front of Judge Robinson a date.
All right, I'm going to release him on his own recognizance, order you to appear in front of Judge Robinson on, give me the date.
Do Thursday. Might as well do Thursday.
The 21st of May
Someone writing this down.
at 10 o'clock, room.
I'm getting it right now. Judge,
Okay.
remember. Judge Robinson is in room 416.
416. Can you be there, Mr. Moreau? If you're not there, a warrant will be issued for your arrest, and then you're going to go back in jail. Do you understand? Okay, good luck to you.
That's 416, yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Thank you. Good luck.
Francisco Perez Maisonet.
Is that who we had this morning? Or is that someone else?
Conti, Your Honor. Conti.
Thank you.
I think it's someone else.
All right, Mr. Maisonette, you're here today for a rehearing. Why is this a rehearing?
It's just per administrative order. I'm sorry,
I'm going to rehear what I decided.
but they didn't. That's just the unusual coincidence, Judge.
Okay.
They,
All right. Yes, I recall reading this, please. I'm not inclined to reconsider what I decided on the weekend, but certainly if if defense has additional or new argument to make, I'll hear it.
I'm unfamiliar with this case, Judge. I don't have anything at this time.
All right. Bond remains the same, set in division. Thank you.
Did they let you know? It's also your case, too.
Okay. Well,
Thank you, ma'am.
I guess set it in 30 days. It should be filed by then, hopefully. All right, I'll see you in about 30 days, Mr. Maisonette. Mr. Perez.
All right, thank you.
PD, are you appointed to represent him? All right, I'm provisionally appointing the Public Defender's Office to represent him since he's in custody. So, make a note.
So I guess we just have the MOs left. I take so. No, I'm sure you're right, but like I don't want to know from them. I don't want to. I know. Oh.
Judge?
They're gonna call, I'm leaving it as PT trial, I guess we'll check with the father. Yeah, double check the father's address.
Judge Levine?
Yes?
I've got 5 anxious municipal ordinance cases over here.
And
that
I'm
are
more
just
than
dying
ready to try to
talk.
dispose of them if we can.
Can
someone print me probable cause affidavits?
I should be able to, Judge.
Okay.
Guy needs to calm down.
I represent myself.
Then we'll go in order.
You guys know it's being recorded. Go ahead.
I represent myself.
They all went to.
Yeah, I think we're done for today, baby.
Done.
Can I wear the car?
Take a load off. You want to borrow my
Just
car?
call that young man right there, please, and get him moving along.
Which one is that?
The guy that hasn't stopped moving his arms in the past 2 minutes.
There you go.
I thought there was more of them. What's your name, sir?
Good morning, Your Honor. My name is Dennis Smith.
What's his name?
I can't call her, sir.
Okay.
Oh.
All right.
All right, Mr. Smith, you're here today for 3 cases of having an open container in public. I'm going to have to pull the police reports, but to start with, you have a right to have a lawyer represent you for these charges. Do you wish to proceed without consulting an attorney?
I wish to proceed.
Okay. You want to give up your right to have a lawyer give you advice?
I wish
Do you
to
want a
proceed, Your
lawyer
Honor.
or not?
Am I able to have one right now at this present time?
I'm in the process of trying to get one to come to the courtroom, and I'm waiting for them.
Now, if a lawyer can be present and we can proceed, then I will. But if I'm not able to get to one, then we follow through with it right now.
Okay. Let me, all right, have a seat. I'm going to make one last phone call. All right. What city is this with?
Let's see.
No, you're not. Really?
That's Hollywood.
Thank
That's
you.
the
Have
city
a
Hollywood.
seat. Mr. Hollywood is Mr. Shade. Can we get Mr. Shade on the phone at least to see if he's anywhere in the building?
I don't know. Where's the number again?
Oh, Shelly.
I can get it over right now.
All right, we're going to go off the record while we get the police reports for all your offenses, and I'm going to read them, so please be patient. Okay? Thank you. Okay, back on the record with Mr. Smith. Mr. Smith, come on up to the podium again. The attorney for the City of Hollywood is not available to come to the courtroom today. Would you like to proceed with resolving your cases
Yes,
today?
ma'am.
Okay, give me
Yes,
a minute,
ma'am.
and I'm gonna get the police reports, and we'll go through it in just a moment. Have a seat. The next case, Bradley, what city is that? Kelly? Hollywood as well. Mr. Bradley Kelly, come up to the podium. Mr. Kelly, the attorney for the City of Hollywood is not available at this time. Would you like me to proceed with the possible resolution of your case? Or would you want me to reset you so that you can talk to the lawyer?
Just proceed.
All right, have a seat. I'll get a police report and we'll talk about it. All right, Mr. Cook, come on up to the podium.
Hello, Miss Hahn.
Mr. Cook, you're here today for carrying an open container. The City for Hollywood police lawyer is not available today. Would you like me to see if I can resolve your case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, have a seat. Okay. Except for, what did we do with Robert Murdoch? Did I do that? I'll do that. Murdoch? Hold on. Before you leave, just make sure this is not something that the PD needs to do. Hold on. I don't know what this is. Can you check?
Don't let him leave.
All right, Danny Warren. Mr. Warren, your case is also with the City of Hollywood. Would you like to see if you can take care of it today or wait for a lawyer to give you advice?
I'd rather take care of it today.
All right, have a seat. I'll be with you as soon as I can.
Your Honor, here are,
All right. Okay. Mr.
I need to see your docket. Where's your docket?
Okay, so someone will be that too.
Oh,
All right.
there's, I'm sure there is one, but it's a 2010 case. There's no way to, could you, hand me the docket,
So he's
please?
gonna have to go see his judge. Can we find out what judge that would
A
be?
docket. No, the new arrest docket.
I can do that. All right, on Mr. Robert Murdoch, where's he at?
Yes.
Mr. Murdoch, we cannot resolve your case today because it's from 2010 and we don't have the police report right here today. So I'm going to reset you for tomorrow, see if we can't get a hold of it. Okay?
We can't resolve it today because I'd rather plead no contest.
I know, but I don't have a factual basis for which to take a plea without a police report. So I'm going to have to reset you for tomorrow. I'm sorry. My apologies. All right, Mr. Smith, come up to the podium.
Yes, ma'am.
Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Put your hand down. Tell me your name.
My name is Dennis Denard Smith,
How old are you?
38,
How far did you go in school?
GED.
Do you read and understand the English language?
I'll see tomorrow.
Yes, I do.
Are you presently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, I'm not.
Have you ever been treated for a mental illness?
No, I haven't.
You're here today for 3 separate cases. The first is November 15, 2014 at 1620 North Federal Highway. It's alleged that you were drinking a half-full cold to the touch, 16-ounce steel blackberry alcoholic beverage in the public place. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
The other one is on October 21st, 2014 at McKinley Street and Federal Highway. You were observed carrying and consuming a 16-ounce steel reserve while on a public place. Do you understand?
Yes, I do.
And the third one is on November 19th, 2014 at 2414 North Federal Highway. You were observed loitering and consuming an open container of 16-ounce Colt 45 beer alcoholic beverage in an open place, public place. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You wish to resolve all 3 cases today to time served.
Yes.
Has anyone promised you anything other than that sentence in order to get you to take a plea here today?
No, ma'am.
Has anyone forced you, threatened you, coerced you to take a plea here today?
No, ma'am.
If the court accepts your plea, there will not be a trial. You're giving up your right to make the city prove that you are guilty of these offenses at a trial. You have a right to have a lawyer represent you at that trial. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you. You have a right to cross-examine the witnesses against you, to bring witnesses to court for you if there are any. You have the right to remain silent, and you have the right to testify in your own defense. Do you understand the rights that you have?
Yes, I do.
Do you wish to give up those rights and resolve your case today via a plea of guilty or no contest?
Yes, ma'am.
And do you understand that you have the right to have a lawyer represent you, and by proceeding, do you wish to give up your right to have a lawyer represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I must advise you, if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea was subjected to deportation. Do you understand?
Yes.
Knowing that, do you still want to take care of your case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you plead no contest to all three cases?
All three.
The court accepts your plea of no contest. I do find that there is a factual basis based on the fact that on November 19th, October 21st, and November 15th, you did have an alcoholic beverage in public in all three instances. I find that you freely, voluntarily, and intelligently waived your rights to a trial, that you knowingly and intelligently and voluntarily waived your right to an attorney. Do you understand the charges that you have and the consequences of this plea? And accordingly, in all three cases, the court adjudicates you guilty, sentences you to time served, poses court costs in the amount of, what's court costs for $78 on each case. Can you afford to pay the $78 on each case?
I need a little time. Like
No problem. I'll give you as much time
days.
as you need. How much time do you want?
At least 60 days.
I'll give you, how about 6 months? Is that good?
Great.
Excellent. 6 months to pay. Make a payment of at least of $10 a month on each case. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you. As a matter of fact, it's 78, so I'm going to give you 8 months to pay. That's $10 a month per each case. All right?
Yes, ma'am.
Good luck to you. You have 30 days to appeal. If you cannot afford an attorney, one will be appointed for you.
That's $1 a day.
Take it out to. So what do I do? So it's done. I
Turn around, go out of court.
I mean, time served.
You're done. Time served. Go home.
Bradley Kelly.
Don't drink anymore. That's still reserved.
Mr. Kelly, raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes, ma'am.
Put your hand down. Tell me your name.
My name is Bradley James Kelly.
How old are you?
22.
How far did you go in school?
Graduated.
Do you read and
High
understand the
school.
English language?
Yes.
Are you presently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
You're here today for the charge of basically sleeping in public, sleeping on the beach. It is alleged that on December 31st, 2014 at 11:10 p.m. at 2500 North 56th Avenue, you were found sleeping in beach at 56th Avenue, just south of Sheridan Street. Do you understand what you've been accused of?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you wish to resolve that case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone promised you anything or forced you or coerced you into entering a plea here today?
No, ma'am.
If you enter a plea today and the court accepts this, you're giving up your right to have a trial. At that trial, you have the right to make the city prove these charges against you at a trial. You have a right to have an attorney represent you at that trial. If you cannot afford an attorney, the court will give you one. You have the right to present evidence in your own defense. You have a right to cross-examine the witnesses against you. You have a right to bring witnesses to court for you if there are any. You have the right to remain silent, and you have the right to testify in your own defense. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you wish to give up those rights and resolve your case today?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you wish to give up your right to have an attorney appointed to represent you?
Yes, ma'am.
I must advise you, if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea was subjected to deportation. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still want to take care of this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you plead guilty or no contest?
Yes, I plead guilty, yes.
I accept your plea of guilty. I do find there's a factual basis to support this plea based on the fact that you were sleeping on a public beach at 56th Avenue just south of Sheridan Street on December 31st, 2014. I find you freely, voluntarily, and intelligently waived your rights. You only intelligently and voluntarily waived your right to an attorney. Do you understand the charge that you have and the consequences of this plea? And accordingly, I sentence you to an adjudication, time served, post-court cost in the amount of $78. How long do you need to pay?
At least 3 months.
All right. I'll give you, do you work?
No, not right now, but someone can help me with that.
Okay. Is 3 months sufficient? Can you afford to pay at least $25 per month? All right, 3 months to pay, and you have 30 days to appeal. Good luck to you.
Okay.
Mr. Warren, Danny? Raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
So help me God.
Put your hand down. Tell me your name.
Danny Maurice Warren,
How old are you?
60,
How far did you go to school?
12.
Do you read and understand the English language?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you presently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever been treated for a mental illness?
No, ma'am.
You're here today for 2 charges. The first is on March 31st, 2015 at I-95 and Hollywood Boulevard. You were observed soliciting and on a public roadway, and you're not allowed to solicit due to the traffic and safety issues in the area. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
The other one is for March 1st, 2015 at 3034 Johnson Street. It's alleged that you were in possession of an open container in public. You were seen in plain view on the side of the Marathon gas station in possession of a 16-ounce natural ice beer that was still cold and 3/4 full. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you wish to resolve both those cases today?
Yes, ma'am.
Has anyone forced you, threatened you, coerced you to take a plea here today?
No, ma'am.
By entering a plea here today, you're giving up your right to have a trial, to make the city prove these charges against you. You have a right to be represented by an attorney at that trial. If you cannot afford a lawyer, I would give you one. You have a right to present whatever defenses that you or your lawyer would deem appropriate to me and to at the trial. You have a right to cross-examine the city's witnesses against you. You have a right to present witnesses to court for you if there were any. You have a right to remain silent. No one can force you to incriminate yourself, but you also have a right to testify in your own defense. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
You're giving up all those rights when you enter a plea here today. Is that what you want to do?
Yes, ma'am.
You also have a right to have a lawyer represent you. Is it your desire to give up your right to have a lawyer give you advice today?
Yes, ma'am.
I must advise you, if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea was subjected to deportation. Do you understand?
I am a citizen.
All right, just need to make sure you understand. Knowing that, do you still want to take care of your case today?
Yes.
Do you plead guilty or no contest to both cases?
No contest.
I accept your plea of no contest to both cases. I do find that there is a factual basis based on the fact that you were consuming alcoholic beverage in public on March 1st at 3034 Johnson Street, and that you were soliciting or panhandling on a public road on March 31st, 2015 at I-95 and Hollywood Boulevard. And accordingly, the court finds that you've knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily waived your right to an attorney, that you knowingly, intelligently, and voluntarily entered into this plea, and that you understand the charge that you have and the consequences of this plea, and accordingly I sentence you to an adjudication time served on both charges and post-court costs in the amount of $78. Can you afford to pay?
$78, but yeah, know I'm homeless now.
All right. Can you afford? Would you like to do community service work in lieu of payment with the city of Hollywood?
I quit working about a year ago. I can't walk from here to that wall without giving out a breath hardly.
Okay. All right. Can you afford to pay it all or no? Are you on
disability?
disability?
But not at one time.
I'm sorry?
No, ma'am. I'm trying to get on disability.
All right. So you're not on disability and you're not working. All right. Court's going to convert the court cost to a civil lien. Have a seat.
To what?
To civil lien. When you come into some money, you're going to have to pay the city.
When you win the lottery, you got to pay it off.
Cameron Cook.
You can go outside, Jay. We're finished.
Yes, Your Honor.
Cook, raise your right hand. Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, nothing but the truth?
So help me God.
Put your hand down. Tell me your name.
Cameron August Cook.
How old are you?
I'm 24.
How far did you go in school?
12th grade.
Do you read and understand the English language?
Yes, ma'am.
Are you presently under the influence of any drugs, medication, or alcohol?
No, ma'am.
Have you ever been treated for a mental illness?
No, ma'am.
You're here today for having an open container in public. It's alleged that on March 13, 2015, at 1828 Harrison Street, you were in possession and drinking from a 16-ounce natural ice alcoholic beverage that was still cold to the touch. Do you understand what you're here for?
Yes.
Do
Yes,
you wish to
ma'am.
resolve that case today?
Yes, ma'am.
If you resolve that case today via plea, you're giving up your right to have a trial. You have a right to have the city prove these charges against you. You have a right to confront and cross-examine the witnesses against you, to have them prove you guilty beyond and to the exclusion of every reasonable doubt. You have a right to bring witnesses to court for you if there are any. You have the right to remain silent and the right to testify in your own defense. Do you understand those rights?
I do.
And do you wish to give up those rights in exchange for me resolving this case today?
Completely, yes.
You also have the right to have an attorney give you advice, and if you cannot afford an attorney, the court will give you one. Do you wish to give up your right to have an attorney at this time?
I do.
I must advise you, if you're not a U.S. citizen, this plea was subjected to deportation. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Knowing that, do you still want to take care of this case today?
Yes, sir.
Do you plead
Ma'am,
guilty or no
sorry.
contest? That's all right. Do you plead
No
guilty?
contest.
Which one?
No contest.
I accept your plea of no contest. I do find there's a factual basis to support this charge based on the fact that you were in possession of an open alcoholic container in public on March 13, 2015 at 1828 Harrison Street in Hollywood. I find that you freely, voluntarily, and intelligently waived your rights. You knowingly entered this plea without the advice of an attorney, that you knowingly, voluntarily, and intelligently waived your right to an attorney, that you understand the charge that you have and the consequences of this plea, and accordingly I sentence you to an adjudication, sentence you to time served and post-court costs in the amount of $78. Can you afford to pay?
I can't afford to pay.
How much time do you need?
Please, was 6 months to be reasonable?
That's fine.
6 months?
6 months it is. You have 6 months
Okay.
to pay, and you have 30 days to
I just
appeal.
got a job. Oh,
Good,
sorry, I
I'm
just got
glad.
a job offer. So.
Excellent. Good luck to
Yeah.
you. Maintain your employment. Wish you all the
Thank
best.
you.
Goodbye.
God
All right.
bless. Have a great day.
All right. Am I signing this as well? Dennis Smith?
Well, that was a lot of fun, Judge. We'll see you next time.
What am I doing with this Perez? Do I have to sign this as well? Oh, for Lerner. Yeah. All right, is that everything?
Yes, Judge.
All right, thank you. Take care.